Tonight's big stories. Former Marikina Mayor and Congressman Bayani Fernando has died. He was 77. The man, credited with transforming Marikina City, also led the MMDA's Metro Guapo campaign.
China denies responsibility over the coral damage in Rosal Reef and is now accusing the Philippines of stirring political drama over the incident.
And this was how the air in Metro Manila looked like the whole day today. Classes were even suspended because of it. But no, this haze is not from the Taal volcano. It's mainly pollution from vehicle exhaust.
Welcome to the show. I'm Gretchen Hong.
I'm Maricel Halili.
And I'm Sean Yao.
China accuses the Philippines of creating political drama by attributing the destruction of coral reefs in the West Philippine Sea to Chinese vessels swarming the area. Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesperson Mao Ning denied that China destroyed the coral reefs. She also urged the Philippines to stop using what she believes is fabricated information to stage political stunts. Mao's statement follows reports that the Philippine government is mulling filing a complaint against China over the damage to corals in the Rosal Reef. Mao claimed the Philippines has no factual basis to support this claim. She also circled back to the grounding of BRP Sierra Madre in the Ayungin Shoal, which she described as illegal.
We urge relevant party of the Philippines to stop creating a political drama from fiction. If the Philippines truly cares about the ecological environment of the South China Sea, it should tow away the illegally grounded warship at Renai Jiao and not let the rusting warship bring irrevocable harm to the ocean.
Joining us tonight to talk about China's response in the brewing cult allegations against a group in Surigao is Senator Risa Hontiveros herself. Good evening, Senator.
All of you, Gretchen, Sean, Regina.
Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Una-una po, your reaction to the Foreign Ministry spokesperson's statement that this is just all political drama.
That word drama, it seems to be one of the favorite words of parties who refuse to be accountable for their actions, whether on land or at sea. The real drama there is China's continuing illegal and aggressive actions against us. This is just the latest. By what they have done, swarming the areas, the waters around Rosal Reef, and Sabina Shoal. And then per the observation of the Philippine Navy and Coast Guard, apparently being responsible for this denudation of the corals and the marine life make their home in the corals. China has continued to take away the livelihood of our fisher folk and now also continues to destroy our marine ecosystem. So he has to pay. And there's actually a way of computing that and sending them the bill.
Okay, how would you assess the damage? And you've called for China to pay for damages in the West Philippine Sea. How optimistic are you about that, given their tone in actually confirming this story in the past months?
Well, with that statement from the Chinese Foreign Ministry, I'm even less optimistic. But I'm always hopeful that at least if the Senate will investigate my resolution, if the Senate will call on government to indeed send a bill for China to foot, it will continue to make those political and diplomatic efforts to tell China that we are definitely upholding our arbitral ruling at The Hague and that we are indeed part of a growing coalition of like-minded nations who believe in the UNCLOS, in freedom of navigation, in the rule of law at sea, and who will stand up for, the rights of nature and the rights of different countries in this part of the South China Sea, the rights of the Philippines in the West Philippine Sea, and our exclusive economic zone to be respected in our national interests.
Senator Risa, the UN General Assembly is currently underway right now in the USA, and you made a move for the DFA to make a strong statement there. However, your proposal had been, quote-unquote, watered down in the resolution. Has the DFA committed for a stronger assertion in the assembly? Would you know?
Well, I'm not disappointed in the DFA at all. They've been consistent filing diplomatic protests. They came to our All Senators Caucus together with the National Task Force on the West Philippine Sea and the Armed Forces of the Philippines. And both DFA and the NTF gave us inputs. And at the end of the briefing, they affirmed the spirit both of my original resolution and also the resolution that followed of the Senate President. And when we told them that we were going to combine our resolutions into what was eventually adopted unanimously by the Senate, calling on government to take any and all and more political and diplomatic initiatives, whether through a resolution, whether in the UN General Assembly, or through other means in the different international fora. DFA said that they share that spirit. So the final resolution that the Senate adopted unanimously was not watered down at all. It achieved the effect that I intended as well in my original resolution, that the Senate express its sense. So it was a resolution expressing the sense of the Senate, calling on government to take any and all political and diplomatic initiatives in the international arena.
All right, let's bring it back home, Senator Risa, to the actual reason why we really invited you here tonight. Talking about Surigao del Norte and Socorro Bayanihan Services. First off, Senator, how many testimonies did you get and paano nyo ba natisod tong storya na to?
Oh, the mayor of Socorro, Mayor Riza Timkang, actually brought the story and her request for support to my office. 8 kids who had been, who went up to Mount Kapihan, ostensibly the paradise where they would be saved, according to J. Renz, now going by the name of Senor Aguila and proclaiming that he is the reincarnation of Jesus or the Santo Niño. These kids who were brought up to the mountain by their parents in 2019 after an earthquake was used by Senor Aguila as the excuse to call his kababayan up there. These kids escaped, 8 of them, in July. And Mayor Riza and the Municipal Social Welfare and Development Office took them into their care and have been taking care of them for the past several months. Mayor Riza was at the Senate with the other mayors the other week, and she brought this terrible case to my attention, that the kids had been victimized by being locked in rooms, forced to engage in sex with Senor Aguila, forced to engage in sex and forced to marry. And these kids are minors, forced to marry people of legal age, together with the adults in Mount Kapihan, forced to render forced labor on pain of physical punishment. And these kids had been prohibited and prevented from going down from Mount Kapihan, even to continue their schooling. So, when I learned about it, I was really so horrified and delivered a privileged speech early this week in which 3 of the kids gave their testimony by video. And I'm so glad that the Department of Justice has taken cognizance of this. They said that they are preparing cases because apparently the abuses against the kids are violations of laws that we just passed in the past several years. The law of the expanded Anti-Trafficking in Persons Act, the law prohibiting child marriages, the law raising the age of sexual consent and penalizing statutory rape. The kids are also now, of the 8 who originally escaped, 2 have already been taken back by the cult because the cult prevailed upon their parents, who are still with them in the mountain, to file cases of habeas corpus. And they've been able to take back 2 of the kids this way. So the 3 kids who testified via video during my privileged speech, they were really calling on us, Filipinos, to rescue them. And they were calling on their fellow children still up on Mount Kapihan to also escape because they said there's no future for them there.
Senator, yesterday, one of our reporters, Mon Gualvez, was able to talk to Senor Aguila. And sabi ni Senor Aguila, it's unfair. I mean, all these allegations, dahil kayo raw po mismo, hindi naman pa nakakabisita sa kanila. Ito po yung bahagi nung sinabi niya.
Yung sabi ni Senator Risa Hontiveros, yung mga sinabi niya is parang para sa amin, unfair naman. Kasi kahit staff lang niya, hindi naman dito pumunta. O kahit siya, ni Aninon niya, hindi pumunta.
Senator, may we have your reaction on this?
Well, I'm glad to share with you and sorry to inform Senor Aguila, my staffers did go there. They were there and they coordinated directly with Mayor Riza again after she came to my office. They coordinated directly with the Municipal Social Welfare and Development Office. And that's why when I exposed this situation of those kids in my privileged speech, and they spoke for themselves about their terrible experiences through video, National DSWD took cognizance, and an assistant secretary of theirs has been coordinating with my office. I also thank Secretary Gatchalian for the action his department has taken, also to investigate the reported taking of about half of the social protection funds that beneficiaries in Mount Kapihan receive. Imagine the 4-piece cash, the senior citizens' pensions, disaster relief, for example, after Typhoon Odette, even the AICS and Doles Tupad. Governor Barbers has also taken cognizance of this situation. I hope DepEd will as well, because of the 3,000 plus people who actually went up to Mount Kapihan following Senor Aguila in 2019, and 1,000 plus of these were children. Of the adults, there were also DepEd teachers and municipal employees.
Senator, medyo nakakagulat po yung mga kinakwento ninyo, no? Kasi parang just taking a look at how the story is, for us, it seems to be a little bit absurd.
Yes.
But how do you think they were able to get around 3,000 people up the mountain? Ano po
know.
nakakala po ninyo?
Well, talagang nakakabahala, no? The Socorro Bayani Services Inc. was a real civic organization for a long time. Sabi nila simula pa noong 1940s at nagsusulong talaga ng bayanihan. But the nature of the organization started to change in 2017 when some people groomed this then young man, Jay Renz, he was only 17, to present himself as Senor Aguila, the reincarnation of the Santo Niño or Jesus. And a couple of years later, when that earthquake struck Socorro, it was used as an opportunity to, engganyohin yung mga tao na umakyat kasi daw iligtas, langit daw yon, yung hindi sasama, masusunog sa impyerno. So, for whatever reason na hindi pa natin maintindihan, Senor Aguila was actually able to convince more than
Bukod po dito, Senator, meron din pong accusations, o report po na nakarating kay Senator Bato na armado raw po ang grupong ito. They have a private army and also a Shabu laboratory.
Yeah.
So, when your staff went there, were they able to confirm? Did they have witnesses to that? And also, yung pong 4-piece, yung pagkuha ng 4-piece, meron din po bang mga witnesses doon na kinukunan nga po sila noon?
Ang pangunahing nakausap at na-interview ng mga staffers ko sa pamamagitan ni na Mayor Riza at yung MSWDO ay yung mga bata mismo. And at least one of them, a 12-year-old boy, alias sabi niya, nakita talaga niya yung mga armas. And he said he escaped from a foxhole. And it was also in that foxhole that last year, nakita daw niya sako-sakong mga armas nung panahon ng eleksyon. Since then, I've seen through you in broadcast media, interviews, for example, of a former member of the so-called private army of Senyor Aguila, or of the Bayanihan, Socorro Bayanihan services. And he said that there were a good number of them who were trained to use weapons. And, you know, in our society that there are gun laws. And in fact, I'm someone who believes that the lawful bearing of arms ideally should in fact be limited to our armed forces and national police. That kind of a report about an armed group or a private army on Mount Kapihan really requires investigation. Gayon din yung sinasabi ng iba na ang totoong nagpopondo sa kulto ay illegal na droga daw. I didn't hear yet about the alleged Shabu laboratory except through the media reports. But even before my privileged speech and my resolution, Senator Doroy de la Rosa already filed a resolution focusing more on investigating that drug angle. So lahat-lahat, ang dami pong sobrang nakakabahalang issue na
Right, Senator, sorry to
investigate.
interrupt you, no, we're running out of time lang. I just wanted to get a picture of, kasi dumiretso sa'yo si Mayor Tim Kang. Ngayon, 2017, nag-start mag-shift no, yung nature nitong grupo na Socorro Bayanihan. It's been 7 years, 8 years already. Bakit nakalagpas ito sa LGU? Ngayon na lang na tinimbrehan kayo ni Mayor Tim Kang, pero prior to that, yung governor, wala rin po bang alam? At meron na bang investigasyon yung LGU ng Surigao del Norte dito?
Well, I don't know if Governor Barbers will investigate, but I appreciate yung kanyang pagbibigay ng atensyon dito and he's speaking publicly about the issues that really need clarification and more than that, correction on the ground, lalong-lalo na para sa mga bata. And really, the fact that they were up in the mountains, secluded, liblib na lugar daw iyang Mount Kapihan at kung totoo yung sinasabi na armado at gwardyado pa ito, that could possibly explain why these terrible abuses against the children escaped the eye of local government until now. Pero salamat naman, sina Mayor Riza brought this to my attention and Governor Barbers has also spoken about it. So asahan ko po ang kanilang patuloy na atensyon dito at pagbigay ng rehabilitation sa mga child victim survivors nito.
So you're looking into the possibility that there's collusion maybe with some other local officials there?
I haven't heard so much about that angle, but I think mahalagang entry points na yung mga aligasyon ng paglabag sa karapatan ng mga bata, pagpigil sa kalayaan nila kahit mag-aral, can you imagine? And then yung focus ni Sen. Doroy de la Rosa about the drug angle. Feeling ko sa dalawang mahalagang entry points na ito ay mas pwede naming alamin at gawa ng rekomendasyon kung sino-sino ang may accountability sa mga pangyayaring ito.
Senator, we do have a lot more to talk about with you. Human rights, you mentioned it, and confidential funds and more. But we're short of time. We hope to be able to invite you again next time. Thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Thank you very much.
Minority Senator Risa Hontiveros.
All right, shifting it over back here to Metro Manila, where it has been quite a hazy Friday, and there is actually a scientific reason for that. This haze has definitely been the talk of the town on social media. The MMDA shared this photo of Metro Manila as the city experienced low visibility due to smog. Yes, smog and not fog. Now, this other photo that you are seeing is taken by a doctor earlier today where his N95 mask darkened due to the smog. But for everyone's clarification, volcanic smog or VOG that's being experienced over in the Taal volcano is a lot different from the smog here in the metro. PHIVOLCS has clarified that the poor air quality in Metro Manila today is due to pollution or vehicle exhaust emissions. In contrast, the high sulfur dioxide emissions are causing the fog in the Taal Volcano area over in Batangas province. Nevertheless, smog can also affect people's health. And that is why experts are saying that it is best to stay indoors with windows and doors closed.
Actually, nung isang araw pa parang napansin ko na yun na parang medyo makulimlim. Tapos sabi ko, naku, parang uulan yata. Tapos yung iba pala yung
Hindi
dahilan.
pala siya.
Iba.
Oh, parang kasi minsan pag umaambon, di ba, medyo hazy din. Pero
Yes.
parang di pala siya maulan. And
Ako, I was in General Trias, Cavite early this morning for an event of President Marcos. I was surprised kasi foggy siya. And then yun na pala yun nangyayari.
Cavite na pala.
Cavite fog yun, di ba?
Cavite, fog.
Fog sa Cavite.
Yes.
Smog.
Kasi may sulfur dioxide na
Oo.
sinasabi nila
May
nakahalo.
amoy ba?
So far, wala naman akong naamoy. Kaya lang yung ibang mga kasama ko, of course, biglang nagmask.
Nagmask.
Kasi iba na yung feeling,
Oo.
di ba?
Parang
Pero so
mabigat,
far ako hindi
mabigat.
naman.
Chest pain, even sa Tagaytay umaabot. Kasi madalas sinasabi nila, papunta pa Batangas yung
Yes.
hangin.
Pa
di ba?
west,
Oo.
southwest.
Pero yung kanina nakikinig ako ng report, pati yung mga nasa Tagaytay, sumasakit na rin yung dibdib,
Oo.
nagtitrigger
But of course,
asthma.
yung dito sa Metro Manila smog.
Smog yun. At
It's different.
medyo, pero hindi rin okay kasi galing siya sa pollution eh. Di ba? So mag-ingat-ingat rin tayo. No? Na, yun yung paliwanagan ni Dr. Solidum na hindi nga nakaka-disperse
So
yung
okay din pala yung
smog.
medyo mainit-init yung panahon, ano?
Nakakatulong.
Di ba? Optimist nga tayo dito.
Up next, we remember the life and legacy of longtime public servant Bayani Fernando, who passed away at 77. The big story, we'll be right back.
This is still the big story here on One News. Former Marikina City Mayor and MMDA Chairman Bayani Fernando has passed away at the age of 77. His family confirmed the sad news. Fernando was earlier rushed to Quirino Memorial Medical Center in Quezon City after reportedly falling from the roof of his house while conducting repairs. Fernando is widely regarded for his term as MMDA chairman from 2002 to 2009, where he spearheaded the Rapid Bus Lane, the Metro Guapo campaign, and the iconic pink public infrastructures around Metro Manila. Fernando also served as Marikina's city congressman from 2016 to 2022 and was a three-term mayor, credited for transforming the city to what it is today. Funeral services will be held at the Queen of Angels Chapels at Riverbanks in Marikina City. The MMDA has sent its condolences to Fernando's family, and the agency remembers him as a man of few words, a workaholic, and a disciplinarian. They also thanked him for putting the MMDA in the spotlight and for his other contributions to the agency. The city of Marikina also paid tribute to their former chief executive and congressman. The House of Representatives, through House Speaker Martin Romualdez, likewise expressed their condolences. Romualdez said that Fernando's visionary leadership and dedication to public service will forever be remembered. We here in One News would also like to extend our condolences and prayers to the family of the late MMDA chairman, Bayani Fernando.
For tonight, we want to remember the life of BF by speaking with someone we know was very close to him. So now joining us here in the big story is former Senator and Laguna Governor Joey Lina, na lagi ring kajuwit ni BF with the former Secretary Angelo Reyes. Ano? So sir, magandang gabi po sa inyo.
Magandang gabi sa inyo, Maricel, Gretchen, and Sean, sa lahat po ng inyong mga taga-subaybay. Magandang gabi po.
Sir, I know this is not a very good news, ano? Pero how did you learn about the passing of BF? When was the last time you talked to him?
Last July 25th, during his birthday, we were together in his house in Marikina with Marides and close friends of the couple. Every Tuesday there is this karaoke singing there at his house, where he invites his close friends. And for that July 25th birthday, Bayani, or BF, made sure that I would be there, because we have been part of this group called the Three Tenors, which included myself, the late Angelo Reyes, DND Secretary, and BF. And I heard the news from the Manila Bulletin, and after that, I received already information from close friends, common friends, and that Bayani had passed away, which was really a shock to me, because I consider him like a brother. We worked together in the cabinet. I was DILG secretary. He was MMDA chairman. I know him to be a very responsible, focused, a visionary leader, a very serious one. At that, he has this stoic countenance, but deep inside is a very kind person, and easy to get along with, especially with his friends. Indeed, it's a great loss. Bayani can still do a lot for our country. He has big dreams for the Filipino people. He was able to transform Marikina, and I know I was governor of Metro Manila. I knew the development of Marikina, but it was during his time as chief executive of Marikina City that Marikina was transformed to be a model city. Diyan nagpupuntahan ang mga city mayors and other mayors, learning from the best practices that were initiated by BF in Marikina. At nung ako'y DILG secretary, siya yung MMDA chairman, we got along very well. I know he's a disciplinarian sa clearing operations, sa pagpapalapad ng mga kalsada, sa pedestrian bridge, pati yung kulay na pink and all that. He made Metro Manila a better place to live in. As a congressman, he brought a lot of his experiences to legislation, and once in a while we would get together to sing. And in fact, because I was very close to him, I made him my compadre. He's the godfather of my firstborn when he got married. So it was a shock to me this morning when I learned about his death. We were together in about 10 concerts, mostly held here at the Manila Hotel. We raised funds. No, we are not commercial singers, but organizers of these NGOs which wanted to raise funds. They invited us to sing and together with Angelo Reyes. So of the three, ako na lang I'm the only one surviving, and I wish Marides and Tala and Apollo that the Bayani will already be in God's kingdom by this time.
Right, Governor, ito nga, no, actually, minsan din akong nabiyayaan nung nagmo-morning show pa ako ng CD ni BF. Namimigay siya ng mga recordings niya. Nagulat po ba kayo? I also know that he's very avid. I see him in construction shows. I know he's very hands-on in his business, and he's also still an engineer. He's very hands-on. Nagulat ba kayo in the manner that he passed? Or hindi kayo nagulat? Is he really that hands-on doing repairs?
Ay talaga namang hands-on palagi si BF. He has very practical solutions to problems, no? Yung kanya pagiging engineer. He's a very practical thinker. So when I heard that he died because he fell from the roof of his house doing repair, I was not really surprised. But what was surprising is he died in a very untimely manner. But yung pagiging hands-on, it's not a surprise to me. I know BF, he would like to be where the action is, where they're directing traffic or supervising his people on the ground. Ganyan si BF. Kaya talaga namang nakakalungkot itong pagpanaw niya. Bata pa siya, 77, marami pang magagawa, maraming ideas. Pagka kami nag-uusap, we talk about solutions to problems of the country. He also shared this advocacy for the first 1,000 days of life of children. Yun ang pinag-uusapan namin last July 25th. At sabi niya, Padre, kapatid, that's how we call each other, kapatid. Sama tayo dyan sa iyang advocacy na yan, sapagkat ang Pilipino medyo nababansot na, mihina pa, pumupuro lang utak at saka masasaktin. So, ganyan si Bayani, nangangarap pa rin sa ating bayan. That's why nakakalungkot na siya ay binawi na ng ating Panginoon Diyos mula sa atin.
Okay. Siguro po itong nakakagulat na balita, no. What would you know what he was busy with in the days leading up to today? And I guess your final message to BF, kung naririnig pa po kayo niya ngayon, ano pong gusto niyo sabihin?
Ang nabalitaan ko, well, of course, the last time we were together was July 25th during his birthday celebration. No? Talagang he made sure that I would be there, not just to sing, but we have this eagerness to be together, to exchange notes, to exchange stories. Ang balita ko kahapon, masayang-masaya pa siya, naglilinis ng mga aparador. That's what was told to me by one of his friends. Masayang-masaya pa rin sa BF. So BF, saan ka man naroon, of course, we are sad, but you are now in the bosom of our Creator. You are at peace, and we will continue to pray that you will really be very happy in God's kingdom. We will continue your advocacies. We will propagate your examples as being a visionary leader, a man of action, who is after results rather than spewing words. Ganyan si BF. Hindi siya gaanong masalita, pero sa action, marami siyang gawa. So BF, deepest, our prayers go with you, and that God will take care of you in His kingdom.
Sir, kami po dito sa One News, taus-pusang nakikiramay sa inyo at sa buong pamilya po ni former Mayor Bayani Fernando. Marami pong salamat, former Senator and Laguna Governor Joelina. After the break, we'll be speaking with Crosta Pizzeria's founder, Inga Cabangon Chua, and head chef and partner, Yuichi Abelare, on how they bagged the distinction of having the best pizza of the year. You don't want to miss that.
You're still watching the big story here on One News. Since it's Friday, it's pizza time.
Wow!
Every day is pizza day.
We're the pizza of the year. That's right. Not from Italy, not from the US, but here from the Philippines. Makati-based Crosta Pizzeria snagged the prestigious recognition from an international award body for its cherry culatello pie, beating other pizza iterations in the world. 50 Top Pizza, the online guide for the best pizzas and pizzerias in the world, described Crosta Pizzeria's cherry culatello pie as culatello, black Tasmanian cherries marinated in marsala, gorgonzola cream, mozzarella, and balsamic vinegar. The establishment also landed in 54th place on the Top Pizza World 2023 list. The global ranker said Crosta Pizzeria is warm and welcoming. If that doesn't make you hungry, then I don't know what will. It did make Sean look forward to the big story tonight.
You know what is making me hungry right now?
Favorite.
It is my favorite pizzeria in Metro Manila. So imagine
Fan-
my
fan
surprise.
to. True fan.
Yay.
Oh, and then I had this pizza craving last week or 2 weeks ago. And you had temporarily closed the Green Hills branch because of an oven issue.
Teka, pakilala muna natin.
Oo, sorry. Teka lang.
tayo agad eh.
So joining us live in the studio, Crosta Pizzeria's founder, Inga Cabangon Chua, and head chef and partner, Yuichi Abelare. Ito. Good evening, guys.
Hi.
Welcome to
Hello.
Good evening.
Good
Thank you for
evening.
having us.
Thank you for bringing the goodies.
My stomach is like grumbling.
Wait, so ano dito yung nanalo?
Ito.
Oh, and
Wow.
you should have
Talagang
asked
fan
us.
siya.
You should have asked us.
I know, right?
So, anong story nila? This is the interview.
All right, let's talk about the cherry culatello pie. It's not every day that we see cherries on pizza.
That's right. Yeah.
So where did that idea come from?
The idea came from when I arrived here in the Philippines last January. I used to love going to the markets, and one of the products I saw was cherries. And for us Japanese, like cherries are big thing, but we always have it during spring. But this cherry reminded me of more of like autumn flavor. So try to pair it with more warmer flavors like wine, culatelo, which is an autumn product. And Inga mentioning that she really loved the Tasmanian ones.
Yeah.
That's why we came up with this pizza.
So you like the Tasmanian cherries. He just wanted to use cherries. And so
It was an excuse.
It was a good excuse.
Wait, so who does the cooking?
So originally, when I started the pizza place. That was me. But then we wanted to take the brand to the next level because I'm not a chef. I was self-taught basically. And so when we met Chef Yui Chi at the 50 Top Pizza awarding in Bangkok, I think we just got along. And when we tried his pizza, we thought, wow, this guy is amazing. And we thought, my partner and I, Tommy, he's backstage, didn't want to be in the interview. We thought that, wow, this is the guy who can help us take the brand to the next level. We know that we're the bottlenecks, being like more business people rather than chefs. So we needed somebody like him, his talent.
I used to visit your store in Poblacion, and you were the one taking orders. I recognize you.
Oh my gosh.
Yuichi was not there.
No,
he wasn't
not yet,
there.
not yet. I
Yeah.
don't think he would have come work for a container van, to be honest.
Oh, so you started with a container van. It was
Yeah,
resto.
we were in Poblacion, and it was a very hot box. Like it was a sauna in there. So I was I was the one taking the order. At one point, I was the one doing the stretching, and then sometimes the oven operator wouldn't come in, so I'd be the one doing the oven as well. It was kind of like a one-girl show in a way. But during the pandemic, we grew, and I think people got to try the pizzas without seeing where it was coming from, because I think there's a bias against having a food place in a container van, right?
Yeah.
And they realized, hey, we serve good pizza, and that's where everything kind of took off.
Okay, so during the awards or the choosing of the top 50 pizzas,
Yeah.
how many pizzas were considered?
So pizzerias or
Yeah.
toppings?
Toppings.
So we didn't even know that we were in the running for Pizza of the Year. They didn't tell us. They just said, hey guys, you guys are on the list. At first, when we first got the email, we thought it was a scam because we hadn't heard of them. We were like, who are these people again, trying to see, like maybe ask sponsorships or something. So we didn't know what we were gonna expect. We didn't know that we were gonna place, and we didn't know what ranking we were gonna be as well. So I think they have like food bloggers or people that they know that kind of scope the place out and try flavors secretly. And it's them who give
Galing. Ang
whatever
galing.
choice they think is,
So you don't
worthy.
nominate yourself. Kasi yung mga ibang
Oo
awards,
nga,
that's how it
nominate.
works.
Yeah.
Justify the award, walang
No,
ganon.
I think if you don't nominate yourselves, there's a little bit more credibility in
Yeah.
it,
Yeah,
right.
A
Because
lot
you
more.
and if you don't know that people are coming to your store to scope you out, that
Yeah.
means that you treat everybody the same way, regardless of
No VIP treatment,
Nothing, yeah.
no extra attention, no extra
Precisely.
toppings.
Precisely.
I think we should try. Give it a try, no? For us to
Go for it.
ourselves.
I'm just waiting for someone to
Teka
do
lang.
the first move because I'm jahe.
Okay.
Jahe ka pa.
You should not be. So you haven't tried
sige,
this
subukan
flavor
natin.
yet?
I have
then?
not because of the oven issue, but now I go.
Okay, so tell us a little bit more while we're
Okay, while
Okay,
Gretchen
Chef
is,
Yuichi.
tearing the pizza up, I want to ask you, Ichi. Okay, so you know we've been familiar here, and maybe some of Metro Manila has been familiar with Inga's pizzas, and then you met in Bangkok at an award show. What made you decide to join her, and also what have you done to her pizza recipe? Have you like improved it much or changed it much from the original?
Well, I hope I've done more on good things than bad. I was supposed to either move to Italy, Singapore, Dubai after Tokyo. But then when I met Inga and Tommy, we were talking about like it's a bit sad that there's a lot of talents going out of the Philippines and then moving out of the country, and then they get well known. Oh wow. Let's bring it back. Yeah, and
You just never know.
I think Philippines is already ready for something more creative, something more experiential. Because me growing up, I didn't eat pizza at all. So me being a pizza maker is a bit weird, but it gave me a chance to look at it in a different way, which became something like this.
I love the hamon.
I
love the
This is
cherry.
called Culatello de
It
Zibello.
feels premium hamon.
So this is actually culatello, which is the most prized cold cut in Italy.
Culatello. ang tawag doon.
Culatello,
It's the
yeah.
best.
It's marinated in red wine, so it gives it a little bit of that sweetness.
That's why you love it.
Okay, it does look and sound expensive. How much is a box of that?
So this one's 1,500.
Okay, mahal.
Wow, mahal nga siya. And this is good for how many?
Depends how big is your appetite.
This box is only for Sean.
Yes, it is.
Ang premium kasi nung lasa ng cold cut. Tapos kasi minsan ayoko masyadong mahilig sa hamon. This one,
You like it?
it's not hard to eat.
Correct, yeah.
And the cheese is not too salty. It's just right. And the cherry gives it sweetness.
Cherry on
I
top.
always
Try on top.
love that mix of like sweet and savory. Actually, one of my favorite crepe flavors is cheese with a black cherry jam, and it kind of reminds me of that. But then this has the
With the
culatello,
with the
which like
prosciutto,
elevates it like 10 steps higher. The crust is also really good. It's my first time trying this.
Ikaw
crust.
naman, Mase,
Actually, the
tingin mo.
taste is quite peculiar. This is something new to me. Kasi diba, we always eat pizza with pineapple. So cherry makes it different.
Yeah,
You
like
yeah,
it?
but it's
Yeah,
still
I
a fruit,
like
so
it.
why
It's
not?
good.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But why not? I think with Crosta, if you're familiar with the brand, we've always kind of thought of pizza outside of the box. You know, we never went authentic anything. Like, we've always been just, I guess,
We just have
rebellious.
fun with it,
Yeah,
I
with the
think.
way we do our flavors. So it really matches, I guess, Yuichi's personality when he comes up with his pizzas. Because to him, like, why not? Why not?
Ang sarap ng bread nyo. Tinan mo, sa
Sobrang
loob,
sarap.
medyo mahangin siya. So it's not too heavy.
Thank you.
Right?
Very light,
This
very
is fire brick
digestible.
oven pizza ba?
We use
Not anymore. It used to be in Poblacion, but we use a deck oven now.
Deck oven.
electric.
Electric, yeah.
Okay. Richie, Inga, what's next with this partnership? You won this thing, which you did not expect. Now that you have, is the pressure on? Are you pressuring yourselves? Or are you going to continue to have fun with pizza?
Well, I think we just do what we are best at, enjoying what we do the best.
Yeah. The pressure's
Enjoying,
always on.
The pressure's
It's always on.
We're always ready.
Award or no reward. You know, like when the customers come in, the pressure's
What's
always
this?
on.
This is called the Mortadella 2.0. So it's a cheese base with the truffle bechamel, mortadella, and,
Mortadella.
burrata, and burrata, which is stracciatella, sorry.
That one.
This is a
It's really good.
This is a Detroit-style pizza, and it has cupping pepperoni, salsicha, ricotta, mascarpone. So it's a little bit thicker, the crust. So we wanted to show like the different crust styles that we have at Crosta.
You also have like a really good, like vegan-friendly, gluten-free, and all of that. Those offerings.
Yeah. So this is the style that comes in gluten-free. So we do it in this because it's cooked in a pan, which means that there's less cross-contamination because we do have wheat in our area, and then we do offer vegan flavors as well. Yeah.
All right. Are you looking to expand some more? I think you're at 2 stores now.
So we are. We have San Juan and Salcedo. We're opening up Molito, and hopefully Japan as well.
Kanina nag-order
Japan?
ako.
Yeah.
Japan. Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, that's
in
amazing.
Niseko. Have you guys been?
I haven't been to.
We don't
but-
ski. We just eat
Asahan
pizza.
nila lang
this year.
Hindi, pero nagtitry kasi ako magpa-deliver, no? Parang nakalagay temporarily closed. Is it because you're here?
no one's waiting.
sorry, accommodate ng order.
I'm not sure. Are you trying on our... Oh, on Grab. So when we get an influx of orders, we turn off Grab and then we get our customers to order on our online platform.
So doon na lang.
Yeah,
Lagi pwede.
directly always pwede. Yeah.
What's your website?
It's crosta.pickup.ph.
Ayun. Okay, got it. But
Just
it's,
Google Cross.
It's 1,000.
No, this one's
It's 900.
900.
900.
Is it?
800.
I'm not sure.
It's to you guys,
So
hoping
this
it
is
to
the
you,
most
it's 900.
expensive.
This is the most
The
expensive.
most expensive.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
I'm gonna have one more cherry.
definitely.
Thank-
Tirahan daw sila.
You know, it's Friday. We need to celebrate.
Yes.
And we're gonna eat some more. But thank you for joining us. Crosta Pizzeria's founder, Inga Cabangon-Chua, and head chef and partner, Yuichi Abeliare Ito. Thank you guys. And thanks for bringing the pizza
Thank you,
over.
thank
Enjoy your
Thank you.
Okay, meron pa pala. Before we go,
Kaya mo yan.
here's our big picture tonight. In case you're wondering why we have
EAT's logo on. It's not because we're eating, but because tomorrow, you should definitely tune into their show dahil may bagong dabarkads na sasama sa EAT.
Sino
She
kaya
sings
yun?
and she dances at for sure magugulat kayo. As for me, I'm just eating. Kaya tutok na lang at abangan ang big reveal sa EAT bukas.
Meron ka bang
Yeah.
scoop
Baka si
dyan?
Parang narinig ko na kung sino pero bawal pa daw i-share.
Ayun. So, abangan nyo na lang yung big
I-tweet mo na
reveal.
lang. I-tweet mo na lang.
Tweet.
Bukas na naman, konti na lang, isang tulog na lang on TV5, 11:30 a.m. bukas sa EAT. Abangan. And that's it for the show tonight.
We are One News, all sides, all the time.
Thank you so much. Have a good night and a good weekend.